Hey everyone, it's Sal here at the NFL Scouting Combine with my man Jon Ledyard from Inside the Pylon. He does a lot of other things here as well. You can find him all over the internet this time of year especially. Talking about safeties, John, I think conventional wisdom is Malik Hooker, Ohio State, Jamal Adams, LSU, the top two guys. Would you agree with that, and can you kind of break them down for us, especially scheme-specific? What would fit best with the Bills' 4-3 cover 3 look?
Yeah, it's really interesting, Sal, because I would have Jamal Adams considerably higher than Hooker right now, and I actually have Budda Baker as my number 2 safety. Most people do have Hooker as that number 2 guy, or even number 1 guy. A lot of people do, and Hooker fits the Bills really well, and I think that's important to keep in mind. Is that if the Bills are going to run Sean McDermott's typical cover 3 type looks, he fits what they're trying to do, and he fits that attack, and he can be that center fielding ball hawk in the middle of that defense that you need. Now, having said that, I think Adams can do anything you ask a safety to do, but it isn't going to be as natural because Adams didn't play single high a lot of the time at LSU. So not that he never played it, he's played that role at times, but with Adams, it's almost like wasting his best abilities because he's so good, near the line of scrimmage or in the slot as a big slot, or playing strong safety, that role. Do you want him that far away from the action where he's only going to impact a certain percentage of plays? He can be much more impactful in a different role. So fit-wise, I really like Malik Hooker and his fit with the Bills. Jamal Adams is a special player, so it is a difficult conversation, but I have to say Hooker's conversation, his fit with the Bills makes a ton of sense if it is out.
Are they both worthy of the number 10 pick in this draft?
I have Jamal Adams in my top 5, so I would say yes to that in a vacuum. And if you look at Hooker, to me, he's in like the teens to me. But really, if you're talking about weighing a need at a position that's obviously very important, you can't play cover 3 without a center fielding safety. Like, it's not going to work. You're going to get shredded. So you need that guy to fill that role. That's important for the defense that he runs, especially if you're not going to bring back Gilmore. You're not going to put weight on these corners that they need. If you're not going to do that, you better get a guy who can take the ball away in the middle of the field. Malik Hooker can do that. So I would say that I would have no issue, even if Hooker might be a little further down on my board.
Okay, give me a couple second, third round guys. If they don't go safety first round, who are guys that might be able to fit that scheme?
Yeah, Justin Evans from Texas A&M is another guy I think could fit that scheme really well. Very athletic, rangy, some ball skills. Saw him at the Senior Bowl and was really impressed with things he did there. He's a really shoddy tackler right now. He needs some work. Marcus Williams from Utah is another guy. I'm really interested to see how he tests here. He might not be the most athletic guy in the room, but he's a guy that's a very good athlete, I think, and he has some range sideline to sideline that interests me a lot. That I see him make plays on the balls, and he played that single high role occasionally at Utah. Tedrick Thompson from Colorado, another guy. I think he has the size the teams want to see, and he's clearly got the ball skills if you watch on tape. Also a guy that I think could step into the slot and give you some man coverage too, maybe a versatile Demarius Randall type of guy that isn't going to be great against the run, but can potentially play a couple different roles in your secondary. So those are a couple guys I might be able to look at day 2.
Awesome stuff, John. Thanks a lot, as always, for joining us. You can always hear him, by the way. He does a lot of work for us at WGR 550 and WGR550.com. When we talk to him, we'll post his stuff. Jon Ledyard from Inside the Pylon. Thanks a lot.
Thanks a lot, Sal.